Hi there, I'm Sobral,
Rafael.
and we're student members from the Hive. We're here with Saulo Godoy to talk about, finances.
Saulo Godoy is a former executive and investor since 2007. He was the commercial head of a multinational in Brazil and for 12 years worked for companies such as Red Bull, Johnson & Johnson, Kimberly-Clark, Nestlé, and Mars. He has more than 7,000 customers on his course.
Yes, we know it all. Well, we're gonna go straight to the point, straight to the questions. Why is it still hard to talk about money in Brazil?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me here. I'm really surprised to have you guys interview me, and I'm kind of nervous now because it's a big responsibility to talk about money for young kids in Brazil. And going to your question, in Brazil, we don't have the culture of this. For a long time, when you kind of study the story of Brazil and investment and money, the fathers didn't talk about money with kids for a long time. Now, with the internet and all the knowledge we have online on the YouTube, these things they start to rise for us. So I think why we don't talk about money in Brazil is it speaks more about the culture that we never gave the incentive, and the knowledge is more broad, more quick in your hand, and it's good. It's good because money is a part of our life. So my generation, for example, we finished high school. We Where do you go? You go to a job, and you receive money, but you never been taught about money until you get 18-year-old. So our culture didn't speak, but didn't teach us about that. So I would blame the culture when the meaning is money.
Do you think schools need to teach financial education? If yes, at what age?
I sure think they have to, and I was taught about money in the United States. In my 15-year-old, I went to high school in the United States. I was a freshman, and we had in the math class, I had investment class. They taught me about interest rate, dollar, gold, stocks. When I was 15, I entered this world about money and investing. So that's why I started to talk about money in Brazil when I was 18, 19 with my friends. But well, one bird alone doesn't give much song. So it didn't help a lot. But when you go to the United States, when you're 14, 15-year-old, they teach you about money. They have a methodology. In Brazil, we are learning. I can see some movements happening in Brazil that's going to help you guys, for example. This, for me, is an example that you guys are safe now because we're talking about money here. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 14.
See, 14. I was 14 when I got my first lesson about money, and I'm really pleased and happy to see you guys talking about this. But in the school, you have to talk about this. It will help a lot this next generation to know at least how much you earn, how much you spend, and you have to have some saving to create some kind of wealth.
Well, how could parents prepare their children to start investing?
That's a tricky question. Well, parents that don't know how to invest, that's a difficult to answer because they don't know how to do. But I think the parents they have to give the incentive for that. If they don't know, your generation, I think your generation, your young guys, are going to teach more about investment to your parents uh, than other things because your curiosity is more living inside of you. I think it in somehow it's going to be difficult for some parents, but if a parent wants to teach, I think they have to start with simple things, not hard things. So you give 10 reais a week and see what the kid's gonna do with that. When the kid starts to learn about math and somehow investment, if they have some left money and they have the curiosity to, Dad, what can I do with this? How can I invest? This for me is the starting point for a parent to watch out and say, you know what, I'm gonna teach him. I don't know if the incentive to do it really hard in a young age is healthy, because kids have to play, to have fun, not worry about money, because the time is gonna come. But I think it's a sensitive thing to influence really hard, but not to give opportunity to your kids to know. I don't think it's a good idea. I think school can help a lot, and parents have to be a good example. But kids, they have to play and not to invest. It's gonna be the time for that.
What would the present Saulo say to the young Saulo when he started working?
Oh, patience. Be patient. When we are young, we want to have things really fast. When I was 14, I wanted to have 18 so I could drive. And now I'm 41, I want to have 22. So I think patience is a good thing, because you take the things with less stress, anxiety, and it helps a lot. It helps in a healthy way. In a job, it helps a lot, because I now have employees that are 20-year-old and they want to grow up really fast in the company. They don't want to pay the price to grow in the company. They just want to grow. So patience, if I could tell that to me several years ago, I would say, I still do say that to me. It helps a lot. Patience helps a lot of things.
Well, as we told you in the beginning, we know it all. So we checked that you already had a project called Voo da Liberdade. We want to know why you stopped doing it and if you have any intentions on going back to doing it.
That's a good question. These letters that I used to write on Sundays, I wrote because I was doing a transition from executive of multinationals to open my own company. I had this gap that I have some thoughts and I wanted to put in a paper, so I had inspiration to do it, but the inspiration just left because I got too busy making that company grow. So I don't know if I will write again, because I have to have another movement or another inspiration to put on papers and write a little bit more. But it was a thing that made me happy a lot, because I could put on paper thoughts that I had to let it go. And they are there on the papers, and I'm really happy to have done that. But I don't think I'll do it again right now. I can do it someday. I hope.
That's nice.
Can you give a suggestion to people that want to deal better with their money?
Yes. For young kids, the best book I have is the Poor Dad, Rich Dad. You know that?
Yeah,
That's the best.
There's a game that I already played about.
That's the best one, because they have like simple and basic lessons about money that will help you understand what money is. Money is not gain 100% in Bitcoin. That's not money. That's gambling. Money is it's a way to take care of yourself in the future, that you can have a good life. It's not about having $1 million. It's about being happy with the money you have in the moment you have. And everyone is different. You know, someone will be sad with R1 million. Someone will be happy with R100. So people treat and perceive money in the different ways, but that book gives us a simple ways of life, the basic stuff of money. Everything I do with money today, 90% of this is in that book. So that's going to be my best advice. Read and understand that book and live a little bit that book. I think you will solve a lot of things that money can solve.
All right. Do you have any other thing to say to tell people?
No, I'm really happy.
There.
No, I'm really happy here, and I hope whatever I'm saying here helps. And we are old, and we have our concept of the world that it's hard to change, but you guys are the ones that are gonna move the world. And if I can help with this podcast here to help the young people to rise with money or more conscious, I'm gonna be really happy with that.
All right then. Thanks for answering questions today, and we hope we can do more interviews with you in the future. And that was our episode of Hivecast today.
This will be available on YouTube and Spotify.
And yeah, well, that's it, Bears.